Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, Trials and Tribulations. The girl, let her go. We're in the middle of starting a new trial. Or is this like an old 70s movie? Shut up! Come closer, and I kill her. Sorry, but you're not going to get the chance. Bang! Okay. Are you in a hospital room? I'm reading through the file of an old court case. It was the first case of my longtime mentor, Mia Fey. Fugitive data. Terry Fallis. Charged kidnapping, murder, sentenced death penalty. After escaping, Fallis met with and then murdered Sergeant Valerie Hawthorne. Recaptured on Eagle Mountain about 8 hours after its escape. Hawthorne. Her very first client was a death row inmate who had recently broken out of prison. That was a whole year before Mia and I ever met. Why are you in a hospital room, dog? 6 years earlier, Mia Fey first trial. Are we playing as Mia again? Or have we gone full circle? I'm so nervous. I feel like I'm going to die. I never should have accepted this case. Eek! Good morning. Don't be so jumpy, Mia. I didn't do nothing. I swear, I didn't kill nobody. Terry Fallis, my first client. Sentenced to death 5 years ago, and now a prison escapee. Just relax, Mia. Make small talk and try to relax him. So, why did you escape anyway? I'm sorry. Ugh. I did nothing. I didn't kill nobody. I never lie. I didn't escape from nowhere. But, Mr. Fallis, the police just recaptured you 2 days ago. Ugh, sorry, I told a little lie. Oh boy. But anyway, I didn't do it. I never killed nobody. Sorry for asking, but you're on death row, right? I'm really sorry. They sentenced me to die 5 years ago. But I was tricked, I tell you. That woman, she lied in her testimony. That's why I got the death penalty. I swear it, I didn't kill her. I could never do that. 2 days ago, he escaped from the police wagon when it crashed. Then about 8 hours later, a policewoman was murdered before the police could recapture him. The police believes that Terry Fallis did it. After you escaped, did you meet a policewoman? Yeah, I did. She's the reason I escaped. So that much is true. He did meet with the victim. But I didn't kill her! She was alive when I left! She was alive! It's true! I can trust him, right? I mean, I should. Whoa, yeah, you're not going to figure out the truth just by staring at the guy. This is Godot. Why are you here? I came to see how our little kitten was doing all alone in the big, scary lion's den. I thought maybe you'd like someone to play with. Where's Mr. Grossberg? That old man is probably still in bed. I bet he's clutching an empty bottle and mumbling in his sleep. Aren't I good enough? After all, it's me, Diego Armando. I didn't say... so, Diego Armando is the finance attorney at Grossberg Law Offices is here for me? No. You've got it all wrong. Today, you're the finest. After all, it took an amazing amount of guts to take this case. Imagine, an escaped death row convict for a first client. Yeah, thanks. I sure wish I could get out of it, though. Relax, I just heard some good news. The prosecutor for today is fresh out of his diapers as well. Really? However, unlike a certain somebody who I won't mention, he's earned the reputation as a genius since beginning his law career. Genius? It's Edgeworth, isn't it? Well, it's about time to head in, kitten. Sharpen those claws of yours. It's go time. A solitary confinement cell for the condemned must be the world's loneliest place. And that's what my client ran away from. Every other lawyer gave up on him, but not me. When I saw those overflowing eyes and heard that simple, childlike voice, I just had the feeling that he was telling the truth. Oh, wait, I'm just... Gotta pitch my voice up. This isn't Phoenix. Yep, Sedgeworth. Oh, so Diego's on my side. You're not the judge. Court is now in session for the trial of Terry Falls. The defense is ready, Your Honor. I don't have a voice for you, because I didn't play Ace Attorney 1 on a stream, or on a series. I guess, I don't remember what you sound like, honestly. It's been a while since I played the first game. No, I remember now. The prosecution has been ready for a while, Your Honor. I understand the lawyers for both sides are newcomers. Yes, Your Honor. I'm Mia Fey. Mel Sedgeworth, Your Honor. So you're the new prosecutor everyone's talking about, eh? They say you joined the prosecutor's office at quite an early age. At 20, Your Honor. I guess our little kitten hasn't earned himself much of a reputation yet, huh? Come on, Mia. You can't lose. Not to someone younger than you. How old are you? Oh, I can't check. Young people running a trial. I'm not sure how I feel about that. Now then, the defendant in this case is currently a felon on death row. 2 days ago, he escaped from a police wagon. Is that correct? Precisely. But the defendant is not on trial for escape from prison. On the day that the defendant escaped, a policewoman was murdered. So we're here to determine if Mr. Falls is... Falls? Was that what I was saying before, Terry Falls? Yeah. It was responsible for her death? You got it, kitten. Did you not call me kitten? Well then, Mr. Edgeworth, let's hear your opening statement. Yes, Your Honor. It was 5 years ago. The defendant, Terry Falls, was sentenced to his death in this very court. His crimes were kidnapping, extortion, and murder. The girl he threw off the... He looks so weird. I mean, I know it's a younger design, and you were probably redrawn with your sprites. I don't know, they just look off. The girl he threw off the bridge was only 14 years old. A truly horrible crime. I remember it well. There was no decisive evidence, so the trial was long and protracted. Correct, but in the end, what finally decided the case was a certain witness's testimony. A witness's testimony? The testimony of Detective Valerie Hawthorne, the person who confronted this criminal. She arrested Mr. Falls, but the second and later testified against him, or at the scene. She said the witness, Mr. Falls, threw his young victim into the river. For those who are not aware, Eagle River is well known for its powerful current. Most bodies that fall in are never recovered. So Miss Hawthorne's testimony was the one who put him away. That policewoman you just mentioned, that wouldn't be... Exactly. The victim. The same woman that was killed 2 days ago. Police Sergeant Valerie Hawthorne. Aha! I see. The man who was sentenced to death based on her testimony escaped 2 days ago. With only one thing on his mind. To take revenge against the woman who convicted him. Aha! The truth is becoming clear to me now. Huh? Yes, yes. It's quite obvious that the defendant is guilty. Yeah, objection! Hang on a second. That's not right. At least hear the case before you decide on the outcome, Your Honor. Watch yourself, Miss Fey. I'm not sure I care for your word choice or your tone of voice. Young people these days simply don't know how to respect their elders. Why, you're even younger than me, you hypocrite. Now then, Mr. Edgeworth, please call your first witness. I call the detective who was in charge of the initial investigation of this case. Yo, Gumshoe. Witness, state your name and occupation. Gumshoe. Dick Gumshoe. I'm the homicide detective of the case, in charge of the case, sir. I finally got promoted to the detective division half a year ago. I can speak. I don't believe anyone asked you about that. Hey, ma'am, you got any idea how much work it takes? What is it? You're really gorgeous. Excuse me? No, seriously. My heart, it's aching for you. Detective, pull yourself together and try to be professional. Otherwise, I'll write you up in contempt so quickly that something other than your heart will ache. Okay, I got it. Now, detective, tell us about the incident. Yes, sir, right away. The victim was Sergeant Valerie Hawthorne, a veteran on the police force. She was stabbed in the back with a knife and died from excessive blood loss. Not much is already stated in the autopsy report. The court would like to hear more details about the incident itself. I actually should read that. Between 4 and 5 p.m. Okay. Yes, sir. I gotcha. Okay, let's take a look at this aerial map of the area here. This is a sketch of the Dusky Bridge, an old suspension bridge. And the river that runs under there is an Eagle River. The victim and the defendant met there, on top of the bridge. After stabbing her in the back, the killer carried the victim back to his car. He was recaptured at a police checkpoint and he was trying to make his getaway, sir. I see. There's the victim's blood found on the bridge. The victim, Sergeant Valerie Hawthorne, was wearing a thick coat, sir. Unfortunately, no traces of blood were found on the bridge. Mr. Edgeworth, I warn you that I absolutely despise conjecture. If there was no blood on the bridge, then you have no proof that they even met there. Your Honor. If you would listen to the testimony we have prepared, I'm sure you'll be convinced. The two of them most certainly did meet on the bridge that day. Why, Mr. Edgeworth? I'm not sure I like you wagging your finger at me as though I were some hoser. Detective, proceed with your testimony. Yes, sir. Here we go, Mia. Hang on. Okay, now, listen carefully, kitten. One little mistake and this guy will drink you for morning tea. Trust me and get ready. Okay. On the day of the incident, an unknown person phoned the sergeant and asked to meet. Sergeant Hawthorne went to the Dusky Bridge at the designated time and met with Mr. Falls. And that's where she was brutally murdered, sir. The criminal stuffed her body in his car trunk and tried to make a getaway. Mr. Falls was arrested at a police checkpoint we set up at the base of the mountain. Well, you certainly have established the importance of the bridge. Naturally. Now, would the defense please hurry up and proceed with the cross-examination? Yes, Your Honor. Cross-examination, come right up. Hey, settle down there, kitten. If you keep trembling like that, you're gonna make me spill my coffee. I'm not trembling. It's just cold in here. The courtroom can be a cold battlefield, all right. Especially for a beginner. I don't need you to worry about me. I mean, the defendant, the witness, everyone's a beginner here. You got me there. But maybe you should keep your claws out and show them what you've got, kitten. It's okay, Mia. Stay calm. Just remember those court procedure videos you stayed up all last night watching. Is that how you train? On the day of the incident, an unknown person phoned the sergeant. Hold it. This unknown person, you have no idea who it might be, right? Sorry, but I'm afraid I do. What? The one who called Sergeant Hawthorne was the defendant, Terry Falls. What? The defendant called her? Sergeant Hawthorne's a very thorough person, sir. She left a note about her phone call with Miss Falls. A note? Yeah, a top secret memo that she left in her desk. Okay. According to this note, it seems there was, the one who called her the bridge was indeed... Can we read that? Oh, we can. Falls 4:30 at that bridge, wear white scarf for identification. Talk to Dahlia. Tell her this time the whole truth must come out. Dahlia. Same Dahlia as before? Probably not, right? The defendant, Terry Falls. Whose bright idea was to keep that note from me? Looks like the judge is even more sure of his verdict now. Listen up. Never ask a question if you don't already know the answer. It's the detective's fault. He's the one that said unknown person. Hey now, don't make that face at me. I just said it that way because the prosecutor told me to. Was that a trap? With that cute face, I didn't expect him to be so sneaky. Okay, so we went to meet Miss Falls. A bridge up in the mountains, but why meet there? Because it's a very important place to the defendant, that's why. What do you mean by that? If you remember, 5 years ago, the defendant kidnapped a young girl. He was chased onto a bridge, and it was there that he killed his hostage. In the place where Sorry, something got caught in my throat. And the place where all this occurred is, of course, Dusky Bridge. The very place where Sergeant Hawthorne arrested and handcuffed Miss Falls. Returning to the scene of the crime. Now nostalgic. Alright, that's where she was brutally murdered. Tell me about that. Was the body of the victim discovered right away? Yeah, we were really on the ball. We found the criminal within 1 hour of the murder. It was great. We even got to say, don't move. We got you surrounded. Wait a second. Isn't there something weird about that? The location was a suspension bridge up in the mountains. So how did they find out about the crime so quickly? Sergeant Hawthorne must have mentioned the phone call to someone else, right? If that's what had happened, then she wouldn't have been killed. She never mentioned the phone call from Mr. Falls, but she left a note on her desk about it. If only I had noticed it earlier, maybe she'd still be alive. I wonder why she didn't mention the phone call to anyone. Between 4 and 5. This had to meet at 4:30. Okay. Mr. Falls had a car then, right? Well, that bridge is way up in the mountains, ma'am. The defendant and the victim both went up there by car. I mean, how else, right? What? You mean the defendant drove his own car? No, of course not. It was stolen. Stolen from a young couple that had been waiting at a red light. Car thieves. I'm not sure how I feel about car thieves. Is this guy sure about how he feels about anything? This is a photo of the stolen car's trunk. I don't see any blood there. Oh, it's just stabbed in the back, right? Naturally, it's the body of Valerie Hawthorne in there. Whoa, that doesn't look too comfortable. You don't say. The victim, she was stabbed in the back, correct? Yeah. I slipped into a different voice there. For some reason, men always seem to get stabbed in the back. She's not a man, though. We're talking about a woman here. Can't over this photo, but the knife was stuck in her back nice and firm. The condition of the body when it was discovered is very important information. Detective, was there anything strange or noteworthy in the trunk of the car? I don't see anything strange, do you? Do I? I mean, I don't see blood. I see that it's broken up at the top. Or is that just design? I think it's... Yeah, I don't see blood. The latch to open the back is broken. Other than that, no. Let me press you on this. What did the defendant have to say about this photo? What he always says, ma'am. I didn't do it. I didn't do nothing. That's all he says. Nothing. I wouldn't say he did nothing. At the very least, we know he stole a car. It's just what he always says, Your Honor. Then he always says... sorry. I told a little lie. Or something like that. Well, in any case, it seems he was caught and arrested. Precisely. Alright, tell me about this. That certainly is some impressive police work. Well, no, actually, it was way too close for comfort. We set up that checkpoint just after 5 p.m. We figured that Mr. Falls might just try to run. What do you mean it was too close for comfort? The two of them arranged to meet at 4:30. And it takes approximately 30 minutes to go from the bridge to the checkpoint. It's a long way. That was kind of close. Any later, Mr. Falls could have slipped right by. Listen up, kitten. There's a big trap waiting for you in that testimony. A trap? Walk into it carelessly and it'll leave more than just a flesh wound. Fun, huh? No, it's not. Well, if you want to have any chance at all, you'd better get some more information. And if you're going to get caught in a trap, it's best to get caught early. You can always look for contradictions afterwards. The ever famous contradictions. I'm sure if I can find some of those. Okay. It's a photo of the trunk. You don't see anything strange. There's definitely something strange. Wear a white scarf for identification. She's not wearing a scarf. Witness! What is it? Do you have something to say, Miss Faye? I'm sorry. I totally forgot what I was going to say. This is the first time I've ever had to actually address someone like that. Ugh. You should practice before coming to court. Honestly, Miss Faye, I'm not sure I like this. Say there, little kitten. You want a piece of my coffee candy? Absolutely not. Candy? Well, you're still too young to be drinking real coffee. Ugh, come on, Mia. Shake it off. You're a lawyer. Detective! Yes, ma'am. This photo. You said that there was nothing peculiar about it. Is that correct? Yeah, that's what I said. Well then, I suggest you take another look at the note written by the victim. The note? It very clearly says, wear a white scarf for identification. The caller must have forgotten what the victim looked like. Thus, the special request. I have one very simple question for you, detective. Where is the white scarf? I can't seem to find it in this photo. Well, to be honest, we didn't find it in the trunk, ma'am. And you stopped there? You should have looked for it. Arr! The caller told her to wear it to identify herself, so I'd expect she did just that. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, what do you have to say about this? I see the defense is a little lacking. The scarf you were searching for so desperately for. Is it this one, perchance? Whoa, where did you find that, sir? On Dusky Bridge. I was there first and decided to conduct my own investigation. Why? Why didn't you tell me? I made a decision to keep all pieces of evidence in my personal satchel. You can't do that! I mean, I know that you kind of can in this game. Like, I would assume there's still a rule against keeping evidence, right? It's the safest place I know. That hotshot sure has a flair for the dramatic. Is that just legal in this world? I mean, I know Phoenix does it all the time. But, like, never anything too important. Or, like, he doesn't... No, I guess Phoenix does do that exact same thing, doesn't he? Never mind. It's not exactly white, as the caller requested, but as you can see, it's close enough for what it was intended for. Looks like it spent some time in the mud. Not surprising, it was drizzling on the mountain that day. Prosecutor Edgeworth. He was intentionally hiding the scarf the whole time. The court will accept the scarf in evidence. Now, if the attorney for the defense is finished embarrassing herself, I'd like to move on with the testimony. That is alright with you, isn't it, Miss Faye? Boy, would I like to wrap this scarf around his smarmy little neck. Very good. Now, if we're done with this mud-covered scarf business, the prosecution moves to establish conclusively, and with hard evidence, that Miss Hawthorne and Miss Falls did indeed meet on the bridge that day. Further, we will show exactly what occurred there. That sounds quite promising. I can't wait to hear all about it. Everything is moving at his whim. Don't forget, kitten, there's a reason why everyone considers this kid a genius. Genius, huh? Actually, there's an eyewitness who was there when the incident took place. This photo was accidentally taken by the witness. It shows the Vic wearing the scarf, sir. I mean, we can't tell it's her exactly. I mean, she is wearing the clothes. She has the hair. It was drizzling that day, unfortunately. It's a little hard to see what's going on. Anyway, the criminal shoved the victim down from behind and stabbed her in the back. That must have been when the scarf fell off. Is this another case of, like, phony witness, phony victim? Look at this photo. You really get the sense that this bridge is very high up. You don't say. It's about a 40-foot drop from the bridge to the Eagle River down below. 40 foot, huh? That's not too bad. That would definitely hurt if you fell from that high, but it wouldn't kill you. Right? 40 feet? So let's see, I'm 6 feet. Oh, never mind, that is actually pretty high. Sorry, I mentioned this in a previous video. I don't know if it was Ace Attorney or if it was a Persona 3 episode. But I'm really bad at gauging length in my head. 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36. So that's like, what? 6 of me stacked together? How high up would that be? No, yeah, that's pretty tall, but you might survive from a fall from that. That's like, what? A second-story building? Or like the roof of a 2-story tall building? I guess if you landed in grass, or like in a river. Mr. Edgeworth, who took this photo anyway? Let's just say there was a well-intentioned third party. Aha, a potential witness. So why is this person in the courtroom? Well, they said they absolutely did not want to testify. The person in question is very delicate, Your Honor. Besides, as long as we have this photo, we see no reason to compel them to testify. I'm not sure how I feel about that. Me neither. They definitely need to be here testifying. So, as you can see, Terry Falls had both the motive and the opportunity. I think it's quite clear at this point what happened on that bridge. Aha! The truth is becoming clear to me now. Huh? Yes, it's quite obvious. He's clearly guilty. Not again, it's not fair. I haven't even done my cross-examination yet. What do you mean, This eyewitness. Tell me about it. Who is this eyewitness? She's a college student. A female college student. That's right. Meaning she's female and a college student, ma'am. She doesn't do well in front of other people, so I came to testify for her. Maybe so, but as the attorney for the defense, I have the right to cross-examine her. For the time being, we're not relying on the witness's statements. That is all. What is that supposed to mean? The prosecution is other more decisive evidence. Our case isn't resting on the vague testimony of a female college student. A female college student, huh? It means she's female and a college student, sir. If you absolutely must hear her testimony, you'll have to give us a good reason why. Please tell us about the more decisive evidence in question. This photo was accidentally taken by the witness. Okay. What do you mean accidentally? The victim was wearing a scarf in that photo, alright. So, about the witness who took this photo. What was the person doing all the way in the mountains? She was taking photos of the wildflowers, apparently. There are many unusual types of flora on that mountain, Miss Faye. People in the area say it's because of the spirits that live there. Spirits? Now that you mention it, this photo, this cloudy fog-like thing, is it a ghost? I don't believe it. No, Your Honor, no, I don't think it's a ghost. It was drizzling that day. Drizzling, huh? That's right. There was a light rain coming down. The whole place was dreary. But not as dreary as the moon that's in this courtroom right now. Looks like a cold front just moved in. In any case. The point is that the area is quite damp. I slipped in and fell even when I was on the bridge. It was really something. Luckily, it didn't fall down to the river. Is that part of the witness's testimony as well? Of course it is. He pushed the victim hard in the back and she fell down right on her stomach. I remember that happening once myself. It was really brutal. Are you talking about seeing someone get pushed, or were you the one getting pushed? Or does he mean that you pushed someone down like that once? With his mind-boggling tales and the way he said brutal, I wonder if he's Canadian. Save your nasty look for the right person. Huh? Take a look. Poor baby. The court record seems to have wet itself. Hey, watch where you spill your coffee. Court record, huh? Are you telling me that something's wrong with this? Because, like, yeah, they're facing each other's. Is that what you want me to say? I mean, if that's the whole issue, then, like, thanks for pointing it out, because that's really shaky at best. So, in other words, there was a struggle between the criminal and the victim, huh? That's what the witness said. Well, it looks like she didn't remember about the scarf. But from what she said, it sounded like a pretty violent fight, ma'am. The area was wet from rain. The bridge was probably wet, too. Which would explain why the scarf was all covered in mud, but there's something about this testimony that's so bothering me. Talk about a surprise. I had no idea there's a photo. So what do I do? You really still believe him? Mr. Crybaby, I mean. Of course I do. So little kitten believes in fairy tales, huh? In that case, the answer is obvious. If what you believe is the truth, then that means somewhere hidden in that testimony is a contradiction. Will and huge contradiction wait to be discovered. That's your chance. Okay. Any of these have anything to do with anything? No. So, you're saying she was pushed down, but it's possible that she just slipped? Let's just try doing this. I'm going to save as well. Turnabout Beginnings. Isn't that what the name of the first trial was? No, that's not right. The criminal shot the victim down from behind and stabbed her in the back. I don't think he could have done that because he's chained up. That's the way it looks anyway. Well, no, if it's covered in mud, it wouldn't have gotten muddy on the bridge. Oh crap. I don't know how to point that out though. I was accidentally taken by the witness who was a Vic wearing the scarf. It was drizzling that day, unfortunately it's so hard to see what's going on. I'm gonna shove the victim down from behind and stab her in the back. That must have been the scarf fell off. It can't have been, because it wouldn't have gotten muddy on the bridge. Nothing about the car photo that stands out. It was found on the bridge, though. Hey, Diego, what did you say about this part? Court record seems to have wet itself. Yeah, he says something about the court record, but I'm not seeing the issue here. She was pushed over from behind, stabbed her in the back. But, like, no. I am so lost. I guess I'll come back when I figure it out. Well, here Gumshoe's saying that it's drizzling. But, like, the she's not wet, the car's not wet, the ground's not wet in this picture. It's a stretch, but I'm gonna try it. No. Okay. Back to the drawing board, I guess. Well, as it turns out, the hat she was wearing is also missing. Do we think that has to do with anything? No, it doesn't. I have been sitting here thinking about it for a bit, and I'm still not quite picking up on it. I've looked through every piece of evidence multiple times, and I'm just not seeing what the issue here is. I'm guessing the witness was there, like the little piece of land where the 5 yards is at the very end. It seems to be where she was standing. Because it's got the cliff right next to it. I don't know if that's ever gonna be important to know that she was standing there, but... Talk to Dahlia, tell her it's time the whole truth was come out. The Bat Bridge. A white scarf for identification. Yeah, I don't know. Criminal shoved the victim down from behind and stabbed her in the back. Unless when the scarf fell off. Except, no. Died from blood loss between 4 and 5 p.m. And I did go through and I pressed all of these again to see if any new information arose, and nothing came up. No, I'm not getting it. Like, I'm not getting it at all. I'm trying to find a contradiction with any of these, but I'm especially miffed about this one because Diego, that's your name, right? He was saying, something about the court record on this one specifically. So it makes me wonder. Let me press again. Hard in the back, she fell down right on her stomach. So Saber now has to look for the right person. Look. Court record seems to have wet itself. No, I don't... Should I just, like, present everything at this point until I get it right? Because... I straight up don't get it. I'm not seeing any issues with any of this. What? So at the time of the crime, there was a light drizzle coming down, correct? Yeah, and fog, too. Just a generally soggy atmosphere. Well, I have evidence that doesn't go with that soggy atmosphere. Are you kidding? I was right before, but I just did it on the wrong one? But this is a photo of the victim's body that was found in the car trunk. Considering the conditions at the scene of the crime, something isn't right. Well, by all means, please enlighten us as to what isn't right. What is about this photo of the trunk that doesn't fit? The fact that it's not wet? The fact she's not wet? Naturally, the answer is right here. The victim's coat? As far as I can see, there's nothing strange about it. It's exactly what's strange. Recall the testimony. Also, I realized that Mia wears a magatama for some reason. I didn't notice that till now. What were the conditions on the bridge that day? It was drizzling and foggy. Dusky bridge was all wet. If the victim really had fallen down on her stomach on top of the bridge, oh yeah, it'd be all like muddy as well. The front of her coat should have been covered in mud. That took me so long for an answer I came up with so long ago. Recording for 44 minutes, I really hope that it's shorter than that for you guys. That's exactly right! The other day, I fell in a muddy street and my gorgeous playoff beard was befouled. I do admit that the crime scene was quite wet that day. However, that doesn't mean that the top of the bridge itself was muddy. If your owner had fallen in the shower instead of on a muddy street, Your glorious hockey beard, part of the legal league, would be wet but not muddy. Fortunately, I've yet to test that. Still, your point is well taken. Can you prove that the surface of the bridge was muddy that day? The surface of the bridge? Huh? A real man wouldn't stand for a taunt like this. Neither would a real woman. Of course I can. Here's the evidence that proves the surface of the bridge was muddy. It's a scarf. The evidence is this scarf. Ah! It should be obvious. If the scarf fell into the bridge and got this muddy, it means that the bridge was obviously covered in mud. Ugh! No, I can't be outwitted by this novice bimbo. Hey, same to you, buddy. Mrs. Faye's assertion makes perfect sense to me. No objection. I do admit that there appears to be a contradiction between the condition of the victim's coat and her scarf. However, the real question is, why is there a contradiction? Huh? For every contradiction, there exists an explanation. Let's look at what the explanation in this case may be, shall we? Alright. Sounds like he's really giving me a choice here. You're doing pretty well for a little kitten. Mr. Armando? No matter what he says, a contradiction always comes down to a lie. It's either the victim discovered in the trunk, the witness's photo showing the defendant and the victim, or the witness's testimony that stated that she saw the moment of the murder. Just relax and think it over. It's pretty simple, isn't it? The false evidence is one of those three. Well, it's gotta be her seeing the murder, right? What you said just now, I'm not sure I like that. That wasn't me, Your Honor. It was the coffee aficionado over here that said it. This court is not in the habit of accepting false evidence, you know. Blame it on him, Your Honor. He is the one trying to get a slip of false evidence in the court. But we won't let him. We'll expose his evidence as a flimsy scam it really is. Yes. So, Godot, you were a defense attorney back in the day, huh? Or you worked on the defense stand. Actually, didn't they say that? I may be misremembering. The false evidence in this case is the witness's testimony. It is a no-brainer. Obviously, it's a witness that's suspicious. During his earlier testimony, the detective pointed out a crucial fact. The criminal shoved the victim down from behind and stabbed her in the back. Now, is that testimony exactly what the witness claims to have seen? Yeah, that's what the witness told us. That testimony is filled with holes. After all, the victim's coat isn't dirty at all. That's true. It's not just true, it's the truth. There was a truly decisive witness in this case. I'm certain that boy wonder over there would have called him in the first place. Your Honor, the defense requests to cross-examine the eyewitness. The testimony presented so far is not only vague, but contradictory as well. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, it appears that we'll need to hear from your mystery witness after all. You should brace yourself for the brutal truth. Your Honor, the prosecution has no intention of hiding the witness from the court. We are prepared to present our witness at any time. Very well. Please bring forth your witness at this time. What Mr. Edgeworth said kind of worries me. What does he mean by the brutal truth? Now, let's proceed with the testimony. Next time? Next time. Thanks for watching. If you like this, like or subscribe button down below. Don't forget to check out the main channel, and if you're streaming live on Twitch or something to stream live, you check out that link down in the description below. Once again, thanks for watching, and I will catch all of you in the next one. So, take care.